Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Just knocking out the dailies.
A fine opportunity.
Well, so far, not so great.
Let us be gone.
I may not be streaming. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Well, I guess no one wants to talk. It's okay.
Boss, you know the Battle of the Hexwood? You know, passing that, no wonder all the
Hey,
old
Mad
folks
Boots.
back. I heard we sent
I was hoping to do some PvP because people said that they wanted to, so I thought it'd be a good chance to teach people. Hey, what's up, Roger? I actually need to refresh my game, unfortunately. It doesn't like auto restart or like it doesn't auto update when you have a new day. That's a little bit annoying. Yeah, we can talk about PvP. You want to come up and we can walk through it with your armies, or you just want to talk about it, Mad Boots?
Pull your
So it's a lot easier to start a fight. Take the cold iron. Reporting for duty.
Very excited Kinara's here. Very, very excited, not gonna lie.
When do I get to... Hey, buddy. If anyone comes looking, one of House Skull's envoys is sniffing about...
Maybe start by saying if you have basic thoughts, do it.
What?
I think it's important to note that PvP and PvE should have different talent trees. And I also think that it's important to know the basics of, you know, what naturally beats what. So if you look, cavalry naturally beat archers, archers naturally beat mages, mages naturally beat swordsmen or infantry, infantry naturally beat cavalry. And then they're neutral if they're across. So I think that's relevant to know. I also think it's relevant to know the difference in between like a 1v1 and a in between a 1v1 and like a large scale battle, because in a 1v1 your troop deployment's going to be significantly different, because in like a 1v1, right? Yeah, in a 1v1, like you're not going to want to send out 5 legions because it's really hard to like control 5 legions unless you're like setting up just to duel, in which case you're going to want like your infantry up top. You're going to want like your infantry up top. You're going to want your flying and cav in 2 different locations. You're going to want your archers in the middle and your mages in the back. You want to spread out so that way there's not AoE damage. But this is like the only time that you would have like a 1v1 scenario. Whereas like in a multi-group, this would be way too hard to control because there's going to be so many opponents and so many things to go on. You're going to end up wasting your free elixir trying to heal units you shouldn't be, which I guess is better than what it used to be, because now you can choose which heroes to use your elixir on, whereas before free healing was just free healing. But this is still too much to control. You should send out like an infantry and 1 or 2 mages, maybe an infantry, a mage, and a cavalry unit. But if you think about it, your dynamic of a cavalry unit is to like go to the side and then go behind. Archers are only PvE, so they're irrelevant. And flying units are more meant for like espionage, right? They're meant to fly over wild terrain like water. And then they're meant to go hit like gathers and stuff, starve them out of resources. Well, you can't necessarily counter, right? Archers are awful at PvE. Cavalry are insane at PvE. So it's like you can't necessarily counter the way that you want to. You may just have to find like a neutral unit, or you have to understand the situation of the battlefield. Yeah, targets of opportunity are more relevant than necessarily a fair fight. It is why people typically gather with know everything die by mage. I mean 1-to-1s aren't awful, right? So like you have 1-to-1 gathering and then you have 1-to-1 war, and if you know how to outplay your opponent, 1-to-1 war, especially with cavalry, isn't bad. But you also have like artifact deployment and talent tree that could like drastically change a fight. You're fine, Mom. Everything can die by mage. Mages hit real fast and real hard. Hey, what's up, Titan? I don't necessarily know if the fight being fair or not matters, because again, skill can make up for a lot of it, and understanding of like the attrition can make up for a lot of it. I finally ran out of CP. No, you're good, Mom. I thought you were playing Diablo 4. Apparently.
Nice scenery here.
Nah, it's all good, Mom. I don't really know how to help people understand PvP without people playing, but if you're gonna be playing Diablo 4, I don't want to distract you. Like Madbots, I understand what you're saying, that you want to try and take the most advantageous route possible, but you may not know where they stand, and on top of that, you don't want to limit yourself to only being useful in X way, when with enough skill and understanding of the basics of the game, you could be useful in X and Y way. That's like the only thing I'm trying to discourage from, because I would hate for someone to feel like they can't contribute to the game just because they feel like they can't do X and Y and they only feel like they can do X. Because ultimately, if a large whale has no understanding of how to PvP, it won't matter. It won't matter what they can do or can't do. And that's all I'm trying to avoid. I don't want someone to feel one way or another just because of a statement. I agree, Madbots. There is a lot of fighting that's just random because they don't have a skill developed, which is something I'd like to teach against, but yeah, I agree. A lot of people need to learn just the basics.
Soup neither graceful nor efficient.
Do not waste time. A well-timed...
One day we'll use machines for peace, not war.
People around here are so boring.
I think that there's a lot that can be learned just by exploring some basics, um, by developing like your willingness to change what you know. There's a lot of people that just approach it with brute strength, and like Cav are the best units for pay to win because they can brute strength it, but they're also very good for free to play if you know how to deploy them. It's kind of like when scrapers started using flying units to do like backyard shenanigans. People in GTX finally caught on and started developing that. It's the same type of thing. People um really need to understand different aspects of the game and apply it from what they're learning, which is what I want to do, or what I want to try and do. I think people get too stuck on their power and what they have versus what they can offer utilizing what they have. I agree, Madbots. That's why I've offered every day to teach people. That's why I'm streaming, to try and teach people. I agree, Madbots. Mad Boots. It's all good, Panda. Things happen. No one really PvPs with me anyways. It's good, Mad Boots. I love teaching. It's the only reason I stream. It's the only reason I am who I am. My favorite thing to do. Troops are always garrisoned. Heroes are only... Troops are always garrisoned. They will not auto heal. And they will use your garrison order set up. So you don't use every hero. You don't use every hero. You use... If these two are in here, then you'll use these. If these two are in here, you'll use these, etc., etc. So as you can see, I have these ones not in the city, so these would be used and only the troops in the city would be used. It won't auto recall. And then as for like how many die, how many go to the hospital, how all that determined, if you press the I here, it says when legions are defending against an enemy in your city or alliance member city, 10% of the severely units will die, 50% of the enemy severely wounded units will die. When legions are defending against an enemy attack at a pass, 35% of severely wounded units will die, and 50% of the enemy's severely wounded units will die. Hey Slim, it's great to hear you. It's good that you stopped by. I hope that the school year ended well for you. Thanks for checking in. But that information right there is essentially why you never want to hit a city. You're gonna lose 50 to 1 roughly. Like, it's not pretty. A 5 to 1 trade is never a trade you should want to make. Eliana is growing. What other questions you guys got? Are you an archer main or are you a mage main, Panda? Do you care more about PvP or PvE? If you care more about PvE, Kanara. If you care more about PvP, Valiant. If you're an archer main, Kanara. If you're a mage main, Valiant. I am an archer main. I will always be an archer main no matter what game I play.
Maintenance protocols? I wonder if Nika's hiding nearby.
The realm must have order.
Kind of, you know, fit your playstyle. I'm an archer main, so I will be doing Kanara. Once Kanara's maxed, I'll go back to Valiant. Or Thea will come out. She's the next one. Really surprised it's not Valiant, or sorry, Madeline, but it's not, so. If you're not keeping every buff active at all times, you're doing it wrong, by the way. So mine reset at reset roughly, so I activate them at reset. Very simple life. And my next evolutions should be done just in time for the skin 1.5 million power thing. And that'll give me 300k each, so 600k. And I think I'll end up doing some of these small ones to get them out of the way. Or I'll just do these to 9. I haven't decided. I'm not very organized. What is this? Gross. Mm. Mm. All right.
I am by your side.
Got him in sight.
I don't even know what all those buffs were, but we're gonna ignore them.
Maintenance protocols are these bolts will be the last thing you ever see. Ready to unleash
So the way that I do this, for those that haven't done it or those that didn't max it out, is my talent trees are built for like maximum amount of counter damage, and I focus on the big creatures and let the youngians die to counter damage. It seems to be the best option that there is. But my talent trees are built for maximum counter damage because I'm usually a target inside of a fight. So I also don't necessarily pay attention to everything that's there because I don't see the value in it. I will not lie to you. There's a lot of like rules here that don't make a lot of sense to me. Because you want to like get fast and you want to get X, Y, and Z, and you don't do that by following the guidelines that they have. Like if you have 2 tanks, you're not going to do enough DPS and you're not going to get where you want to go in time. So I don't really see the value to like necessarily follow all the rules. I'm not saying don't follow the rules if you struggle. I'm just saying like there's only so much that you can do and still benefit. And if you don't have enough troops to fill both, like I don't have enough archers, that seems like pretty poor decision just to allow like that type of thing to control you.
Let the battle begin. Time is of the
Got him in sight. These bolts will be the last thing you ever see. Ready to unleash devastation. I call it daybreak, but for you, it's
It should be kind of the same way in PvP, right? You don't really necessarily want to focus on tanks. They're not going to do the most damage so much as you want to focus on like your high DPS unit, which in this case happens to typically be the creatures. A bunch of little infantry people shouldn't bother you until there's nothing else to hit. And as you can see, I'm already past the goal of 12,000, so I still have 2 minutes to go, right? Like,
You want me to run you? Ready to unleash devastation. Got him in sight.
understood.
I call it daybreak, but for you, it's lights out. Load, aim, fire. I call it daybreak, but for you, it's lights out. One can't wait to showcase my load, aim, fire. Let's put this to good.
Get it done.
Oh, can't wait to showcase my. I call it daybreak, but for you, it's lights out. Ready to unleash devastation. Load, aim, fire. Got him in sight. Ready to unleash devastation. Got him in sight. I call it daybreak, but for you, it's lights out.
Life bloomed.
Load, aim, fire. These bolts will be the last thing you ever. I call it Let's put this to good use.
Everyone stay alert. Time is of the essence.
Got him in sight. Load, aim, fire. Let's put this to good use. I wonder if Nika's hiding nearby. Got him in sight.
Oh, that was it. Already done.
Ready to unleash devastation.
And well past max rewards.
Can you handle the cold?
This weather is making me sleepy. Your blood will look so much prettier on the floor. Say your prayers, because I don't need. They're so inelegant.
If your alliance isn't marking everything, then they have issues. Your alliance should be taking care of you and being able to mark everything. These are like some of the most important markers, is like making sure that you have clear and concise like information on what's going on. You shouldn't have to guess where your mana stones are, or spend forever looking at it. It's not like it takes long for them to just type in like, hey, this is where we go and everything. If that makes sense. Wood production, Legion HP.
Say your prayers, because I don't need them. All in favor of murder, my employer, Sarge.
So when you do acolytes, you should be focusing on the poison guy first. Because poison.
Maintenance protocols are complete.
Sorry, I should have given you time to write a will.
We cannot afford mistakes.
Ice can burn far worse than fire.
Man, our gold drops are not bussin' right now. Are not bussin' right now.
Say your prayers.
Understood. Coordinates received.
Look at that. We have all but
This weather is making me
we have all but
people around here are so bored.
CP and build speed already. Lightning. I'm sorry, Lightning. I don't even know what I'm upgrading at this point. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh yeah. This one. Because I just got it and it's a pretty toy. There you go. All maxed. I don't know what else to upgrade. I guess I just go back to doing purples just to do purples and get them to level 30. Like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I upgraded all of my oranges to level 30 or higher, so I don't really have anything else to do. And I'm using my cards to max out these stars just in case they become relevant. It's not like I have a whole lot to do, I'm not gonna lie. I just have this one left on oranges, and then I guess I start starring up blues. And I finally have my first extra orange, because this guy is this, and this one's already level 5. So I will save it for next season. I'm hoping it's only one orange to 6-star thing. Negative 15 CP. We're almost there. We're almost positive again. I guess that counts for something. I could just get 10 bags of grain in exchange for those. And I need to gather wood at a minimum today. So we'll go ahead and gather that right here. We'll gather this gold right here because it's right there.
On its stomach.
Yep.
It all looks one day we'll use machine.
The realm must have order.
I am
Alright,
lawyer.
guess we start.
That's classified.
Nature.
Your blood will look so much. I was just studying the map. Totally didn't zone out there.
The realm must have order.
All in favor of murdering these guys?
Yikes. I just want CP. That's all I want. I refreshed it so I have 2.5 hours, but if I could find a 7%,
Neither graceful nor efficient.
I'll walk the night. My employer. That's classified.
Superb. Neither graceful nor efficient.
All looks so...
Your blood will look so much prettier on the floor.
Legion attack. That's not exactly what I ordered, but you know, 10% Legion attack. We're gonna try and do a behemoth in 2 hours, so you know, there's that.
This weather is making me sleepy.
Can't wait to showcase my new adjust...
I'll walk the night.
Ooh, 10% gathering speed. Go ahead and share that. And then delete the 7% because obviously 10% is better. Or gold, Legion HP, wood production, Legion attack. And we are waiting for Hayato. You want to be a team player at all times. You know, you want to make sure that the people that need it can get it. That's really important, you know. I don't need the clears, right? And the CP Mana Stone isn't that important to me, but it's still really important to try and like include everyone any way you can, just so that way they're not alone. And not everyone can do what you can, so it's important to kind of share what you can with them, if that makes sense. You don't want to be selfish.
Extraordinary.
Your blood will look so much prettier on the floor.
You want to make sure that people can grow, right? There's no value in one person being the super strongest and everyone else being lower. You want to try and treat everyone fairly and try and make sure that they can get where you can. I don't use an emulator. You can play on PC. So I just play on the PC client. It's really pretty, so you know, I don't really see the point in using an emulator, not gonna lie.
To my employer. That's classified.
I don't see the point in using an emulator. On other games I use emulators or used to, but this game has a PC client. Why would I use an emulator? Yeah, no problem.
Let's get this over with. Got recruits to train.
It transfers. So like if you have an Apple phone that you use on mobile, you can still do the emulator on PC, like on a regular PC.
Second to just stay all in favor of murdering these guys?
Where did that other stone go?
Oh, hold on. Let me adjust the steering.
Watch out for the long legs.
maintenance protocol. All looks so primitive out here.
Still no CP, still no building. So I'm gonna go clear another accolade. It looks like these were already cleared, so see if there's a CP or a building one. Oh. Yes. Specifically, you should level up skill 1 before you upgrade the star level. And then after that, it's kind of like you want to look at what they have, right? So like Nico has engineering on his skill 2, so I don't want to invest into there. So I upgraded it to 3-star and just got unfortunate luck and got to skill 4 there because I wanted a better chance of not getting this engineering, right? So you kind of have to you have to use you know, a little bit of understanding of your end goal and stuff like that to make sure that you get the right to try and get the right like pairings or whatever you want to call it. If you just go like 5 and then 5 and then 5, you may be investing in it poorly, if that makes sense. You want to try and get your best bang for buck, but you always want to upgrade skill 1 first because that's your DPS skill, your damage per second skill. So without it, you're not gonna be in a good place. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, man. It's all good.
We'll use
Extraord, the realm must have order.
there's a bug in the game right now that prevents you from being able to do elites. So we'll see if that gets fixed or whatever. Kind of annoying to not be able to do at all. 'Cause I know there are a lot of people that want to be able to do it.
Let's go, Dronky.
Courage without caution is mere stupidity.
Yeah, because I would like to be doing 3 raids a day, 1 in EDX and 2 in PNGA, but it's hard to do when you can't host a raid. Like, if I go here to Behemoths and then I go to Elite Raids and like let's just say I want to go here. Ooh. This one opened. Ooh, wild. Maybe you can open it, but you can't host it? Let's see. Let's find out. Do they have one nearby? I guess we'll experiment. We'll experiment here after I clear
Can
these.
you handle that the realm must have order?
Alright. Titus, if you are watching, be careful. I am afraid that you might get hit with splash damage from my mage. I may just actually not use my mage. Yeah, we'll see how it goes without me using my mage for the first one. But I am very nervous that you'll get hit with splash damage from my mage.
Neither graceful nor efficient. We cannot afford mistakes.
Ah, nature, woods, lakes. It's too windy for a safe shot here.
Don't worry, pew pew. Thanks, Titus.
I wonder if Nika's hiding nearby.
Sorry, I should have given you time to write a will.
All right, Titus.
Say your prayers. Battle's ready. Where to next? My employer. That's classified. They're so inelegant. All in favor of murdering these guys? Got intel on the target. They're so inelegant.
Karajini. Just be careful about hitting Titus. Titus, be careful. That looks like flying mage. I have no control over that. So, you know, be careful.
Let's get this over with. My employer. That's classified. Your blood will look so much prettier on the floor. Sorry, I should have gone in favor of murdering these guys.
One day we'll use machines for peace, not war.
Not while I'm playing.
Your blood will
All right,
look
next
so much
set.
prettier on the floor.
Oops. Oh shit. Oop.
Ah, nature.
I don't know how I missed those. My bad. My bad. My bad. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I don't know how I missed those.
Oh, hold on. Let me adjust.
I was just sorry. I should near the boss, I guess. My employer. That's classified.
one day we'll use machines for PvP. It all looks so primitive out here.
This weather is making me sleepy. My employer, that's classified.
Looks like we don't need my mages. Gonna go ahead and send them home. That would hit Titus. Let's not do that.
Got it.
Oh, hold on.
My employer, that's classified.
Still no building, still no CP.
Oh, hold on. Let me adjust the steering.
All in favor of murdering these guys?
Wood production. Ugh. Who's gathering here? Wild. 4 more acolytes to try and get CP. What do you guys want to talk about? Got a couple more viewers in here. We're kind of being quiet, so I'm just doing like daily things. It'd be cool to talk about something.
One day we'll use machines.
My employer, that's classified.
We fighting today, or did I miss it? What do you mean fighting? PvP? Yeah, we can do PvP. I would love to do PvP, please.
It's so inelegant.
People said that they wanted to do it at reset. That was the whole entire reason I waited for
So much prettier on
reset
the
to
floor.
stream, and then no one showed up.
Then tell I'm the target.
So everyone said that they wanted to do it at reset, and then no one showed up. So I don't have a way to do it without other people. Kind of by myself.
I was just studying the map. My employer. Sorry, I should have given you time to write a will.
These are gonna be stacked right up on top of each other. Let's see. 4 gathering speed.
Weather is making me sleepy.
Mage and defense. Unfortunate. Thanks for joining us, Titus. Hopefully you didn't get hurt too bad. Yeah. We don't have building or CP. I am on the very closest border that I could find with in between PNGA and EDX. Like, I am as close to you as I could possibly get. So I don't know what else I could do. It is a 15-minute march back, though. No one showed up, so I just started clearing acolytes to try to make it easy on everyone.
Pull yourselves together. I'll return the favor. Hey, sport. When this is
Gold, gold, defense, gathering speed, Legion HP, wood gathering speed, gold, mana production, elixir production, gold. Magma's not available yet. These acolytes aren't cleared. Sick. Sick. Why you choose Spring Wardens? On Nika? I don't know who I use Spring Wardens on. I don't even know what artifact Spring Wardens is. Yeah, we're in a peaceful alliance right now. We're trying to wait for S1. Oh, because I am a sucker for archers. Archers are my absolute favorite. And I think that they're the best PvP unit. Right now, by far, orcs are. So orcs are by far the best because their Weaven, or not their Weaven Riders, their Cav have a piercing effect. But I think Spring Warden will be once they come out with a flying Cav unit. And they're clearly meant to do PvP, right? Legion March speed, elixir production speed. This is clearly the free-to-play faction, right? Legion magic defense plus overall gathering speed plus, and then this is clearly supposed to be like a PvP destruction thing, right? Physical attack, destruction, engineer. So, but I'm a sucker for archers. Yes, Peach Pie. I agree. But number one reason is I am a sucker for elves. Anything related to elves is what I want to do. Anything at all. Exactly, Zara. Who can resist elves? Now, if RWS could just clear their acolytes, that would be sick.
Nika... One day we'll use machines for peace, not war.
Any other questions? Anything we can talk about? I feel like a broken record. I was really hoping to do PvP today. People asked for it, but I guess they changed their mind. Yeah, I mean, S1 plus is when server versus server happens. So that's why. About my damage. Lightning talking schmack and won't even come PvP me. Lightning, come PvP. We can talk about my damage after that. I'm collecting these as often as possible right now, because Box of Blessings are possible, so... I'm trying to be patient and wait to level these up until the 1.5 mil thing. These were 30-day researches. To get to 8, to get to 9 will be 60, and to get to 10 will be 90. Not looking forward to it. I think these are the 120 days. I haven't ran into one yet, so. Thoughts on the new elixir system? I love it. I love the new elixir system. I think the new elixir system makes it even more fair for free-to-play pay-to-win. It makes merit farming way easier. It enables you to choose what you're healing instead of like being forced to heal poopy like level 1, level 2s when you want to heal your level 4s. There's a million positives and I don't really see a negative, because you can use all your elixir right away. So like if I'm only active for like 2 hours a day, which we all know I'm way more active than that, but like let's pretend I'm only active for 2 hours a day. It allows me to do PvP, heal up my troops, and potentially do PvP again, which is awesome to me. Like, the more that they can make it so that way people are able to like take a break and not feel stressed to come on during a point of war and like be able to help out when they're on, the better, because they're going to be able to enjoy the game more. I don't want people to feel like they're forced to do something at a certain time to be relevant or like to min-max what they have to offer. So I love it. I love the new elixir system. I think it's an amazing change. And they listened right away and they changed it so that way the cap changes, and that's huge too. I think that everything about it is really, really good. I think they did everything right. I am curious. So the reason I'm upgrading these to 24 is I'm curious, since I already have one level 25, if it will require another building conscript to get to 25, or if it's only the first copy. I'll probably max it to 25 anyways, because it increases my HP by 0.5% anyways. But yeah. And it adds 5,500 base elixir production, which is huge. So I don't know. The resource productions don't really add anything besides production rate, so I'm not nearly as concerned about them. Like 86k. It's not huge. 82k. I will be speed running elks to 125k at least during the 1.5 mil event to try and get my power up. I've been holding off just so that way I can get to the 1.5 mil event.
Let's get this over. Can't I just stay here and watch the sunset?
Oh, hold on. Nature, woods.
I want to get 1.5 mil because I really want the skin. I don't see a downside to the skin. It increases attack and it decreases marksman defense, which I'm not really concerned about even in behemoths. And everything else about this event has looked perfect for my profile picture, you know, the name tag, the frame, and if we look at the skin, I think it'll go really well with all of it. I don't understand why this picture is there, but I think it'll go really well overall. So I'm just waiting on the event. Just waiting on the event. I really appreciate that it's coming free to play too, instead of like a pay to win option only.
Got it.
Courage without caution is mere stupidity.
All right, so when you do these, you want to go for the healers first. This one and this one. None of the else really matters. This one does knockback, which is annoying, but like in comparison, the healers will extend the fight and potentially cause you significant amount of grief. And then it's the same as with the Star of Light or whatever, where I said you want to knock out the creatures first, or like the Darkling creatures over the Darkling legions. Same exact story here. You want to knock out the Darkling creatures before you knock out the Darkling legions.
I'll walk the night.
I try to walk up on this hill first, but I'll eventually get pulled back anyways.
All looks so primitive out here.
See? So much easier with my employer. That's classified. here and watch the sunset? Say your C. So much easier when you don't struggle.
I don't know why it does this sometimes. Very annoying.
Got it. This weather is making me. All in favor of murdering these guys? Mission. Your blood will look so much.
It's been better than our simulations.
Thinking you'll miss me.
I love this.
All in favor of murdering these guys?
Easy clear.
My employer. They're so inelegant. Your blood will look so much prettier on the floor.
Is there a shortcut key to attack? Yes. There's a shortcut key to there is a shortcut key to activate artifacts
I'll be on the roof.
on here. So if you go to settings, you can go to control. So right click gives order, left click selects target, and then hotkeys. You can see like all of the different things, and then you can select Legion, cast Legion 1 artifact, cast Legion 2 artifact, cast Legion 3 artifact, cast Legion 5 artifact. And then again, you can select the Legion that you're focusing on to control which way they're going, etc., etc. If you have a Legion selected, right? So like
Say your can't just
I have
sit
this
here and
Legion
watch the sunset.
selected, then right clicking will tell it where to go, right? So if you right click, I don't have any CP, but if I were to right click on here, that would cause it to attack. But you can see by it saying I don't have enough CP to complete this action. And then if I multi-select,
Looks so
all three of them will do what I want them to do,
Boring. Let's get this over with. If you need
include
me,
returning home.
rooftops.
Yeah, and then I haven't messed with all the binds yet, but I would probably change binds to be more characteristic to Apex Legends, because that's the game I play the most that uses the keyboard. So this is a real-time strategy game, Dangerous Crab. I don't know how else you would classify it. PvP is real-time strategy on how to deploy, when to use artifacts, where to use your artifacts, what region to use your artifacts, your skills, when you want to unlock your talents, how you want to build them, how you want to deploy them. I feel like this game is a real-time. I feel like this game is a real-time strategy. I don't like. Maybe it's not as complex as other ones, like RuneScape, I think, is a real-time strategy, but I feel like this is the best RTS on a phone, at least. Well, you guys, if there is nothing else, a little bit of a shorter stream, but that's okay with me. It is Call of Dragons, and I'm still building a fan base. Hopefully, people come with questions next time. I know it's a little bit later. The best archer march on the game is Nico lead, Kanara secondary for PvP and PvE. There's no better option. There's no better option. Nico lead, Kanara secondary, PvP, PvE doesn't matter. I don't like any other setup. Alright, y'all. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate the conversations. Please feel free to message me on Discord. I have a Discord, links in the description. Or you can DM me in game, of course. Otherwise, y'all know how we do it when we do it over here. You can catch me in the YouTube comments. I do try to respond to all of them, but I do get a limited number of push notifications. You can find me on Discord. I'm the #1 talker in my Discord. Or worst case scenario, you can catch me on K102. Until next time, y'all, stay humble, stay happy, stay hungry. Bye, y'all.